Alright, so here is an interesting little test that I'm working on. Right now I have the F&V K4000 LED light 4 feet away from my wall. On my wall I have a cross taped up, and that's 10 feet high by 10 feet across. So you can see how much throw and how much diffusion there is on the K4000 at 4 feet away from the wall. Now this is the bicolor version, so you can adjust the color temperature on this LED light. So we're going to take a couple of readings and see what it looks like. Alright, so here I am at the center. I'm getting 745 lux out of the F&V K4000 light. Again, this is the one that you can adjust the color temperature, so it's not going to be the brightest LED light that F&V has. This is at 745 lux. The color temperature is at 6750 when it's all the way blue. You could dial this down to 5600K, but right now this is at 6750 all the way to the opposite spectrum. I'm not showing that it requires any color correction filter, so it's not throwing a green cast or a magenta cast. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and dial this down to 5600K. We're at 5480, 5730, there you go, 5620. So we're at 5620 right now, and at 5620 we have 980 lux. The reason why we're at 980 lux is because we're using all of the LEDs on the panel right now. When we're using just the blue or the white, we're only using half the LEDs. Right now we're using half of the white LEDs and then the yellow LEDs. So we're able to balance out to 5600K, and it's actually brighter, so we're getting 980 lux. So again, this is 5620K, and I'm not showing that there's any green tint. Now we're going to try and dial the light down to 3200K. So let me get a reading here. 46. 3200. So there you go, we're at 3200K, and it's showing that there's a green cast now. So as we went to a 3200K color, it introduced more green into the image. And we're at 670 lux. So we're using less of the white LEDs and we're using more of the yellow LEDs, and that's why we're getting less light output. So that's from the F&V K4000. Alright, so now we're taking a look at the CN600 LED light. You can see it doesn't have quite the diffusion as the F&V does. It's quite spotty in the middle. So let's go ahead and take some readings. Alright, so first up is lux. We're at 1550 down the middle here. This is a bright LED light because it's only one color and it has 600 LEDs on at the same time. Color is at 5630, so it's actually decent color. Alright, so my readings say that there is a green tint to this LED light. So what we're going to do is we're going to just place the magenta filter over it. Take another reading. So now we zeroed out, so we're much better. The color temperature did change a little bit to 5800. So we went from 5600 to 5800, so it's a little bit more cooler, but we got rid of that green color cast. So if you guys have the 600 LED lights, you should definitely be using those magenta filters that come with it. Alright, so we have to use the magenta filter on the CN600, so we're at 1190 lux at 4 feet. Alright, so hopefully you guys can understand the kind of tests that I want to run on some of these LED lights. I have over here F&V's R300 LED light. I have Photodiox's 312 bicolor LED light. I also have Photodiox's 508 pure daylight LED light. We have a 240 bicolor LED light here, F&V's Z96. Here's the F&V K4000 panel. This is one of Aperture's new Amaranth LED lights over here. And then obviously we have the CN900s. So there's tons of LED lights that I have, and we can run tests on all of these things to kind of get a more accurate reading and comparison between all of them, between lux, color, color cast. But there's also other things that we have to run. Shutter speed, if there's any flickering when you're dimming, A lot of work to be done, but hopefully you guys get an idea of what I'm trying to work on, and I'll have some better numbers up pretty soon.